Good morning. The first thing we're going to talk about today is the difference in cup styles. I keep getting this question, so I thought I'd make a short little video explaining the different ones that we have available. So without further ado, we're going to jump in, get right into it. Okay, so you're probably thinking, what in the heck? These are all different styles of something very similar. So we have a 22-ounce fatty. We have different size skinnies. Then we have the straights. But on top of all of that, we also have what I call straight as an arrow. So what are those? What do they look like? Why are they different? I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. So I'm opening up the 24-ounce straight. I'm going to go ahead and take that one out. And I'm going to go ahead and show you the 22-ounce fatty as well as the 20-ounce skinnies. Now I have two different options as far as skinny goes. I have the straight as an arrow, which is my personal fave. And I have the good old-fashioned 20-ounce skinny that you see all over the place. Tons of places have them. Everyone's a little bit different. They all will measure slightly different, maybe have a different lid, blah, blah, blah. You get the drift. So you're looking at these and you're thinking, oh my gosh, they're all similar sizes, ounce-wise, and you're 100% correct. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, you must be thinking, oh my Lord, how many 20 ounces does this lady need? Apparently, I need 4. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Here is your 22-ounce fatty, 24-ounce straight, 20-ounce straight as an arrow, 20-ounce skinny. So let's go ahead and compare them side by side. I'm going to stand these up for you. This is a really good angle. You can see that slight taper here on this edge right here. Whereas you're 100% straight, you don't have that. You can see it here, but not here. They are both 20 ounces. This one's a little bit shorter, a little bit wider, and I'm talking just a tiny bit, less than 1/4 of an inch. Compared to just 2 ounces more on your fatty, but quite large as far as your diameter goes. It's probably about, I don't know, let me grab my tape measure and I can tell you exactly how much shorter it is. All right, so we're going to go ahead and use this tape measure and measure them off. So without the lid, this one is just shy of 8 inches tall. This is the 100% straight as an arrow. It's like just shy of 8 inches without the lid. Your regular skinny, which is the one I'm going to measure right now, is 8 1/4 without the lid, just over 8 1/4. And your fatty is 7 1/2. So pretty big size difference. Regular skinny, straight as an arrow, fatty. So, I mean, they're pretty good size. Just for good measure, I'll go ahead and measure the 24-ounce, which is 7 3/4. So it kind of goes like this. In as far as height goes. Now, these 3 will all fit in standard cup holders. Your fatty, maybe not so much. So now that we've looked at your skinnies, talking about which one's my favorite, I personally like the skinnies. I'm not a huge fan of the straights. They're a big seller. I'm not really sure why. They're a huge seller, but I don't see a lot of designs. Like when I'm scrolling social media, I don't really see a lot of designs with them. However, these 2 are my go-tos. I'm not a huge fan of modern curves, which I do carry, but I'm really showing you guys the skinnies. This one, the straight as an arrow, is probably my favorite. You can do vinyl wraps, water slides, any like chevrons. It just makes every design that much easier. In a pinch, I'll do a skinny. So we've looked at all of our 20s. Let's take a look at our 30s. As far as 30s go, we have the straight as an arrow, and the skinny. We don't have a larger fatty. I'm probably not going to find one or carry one. The 22-ounce fatty is pretty much my limit. So right now I'm opening the skinny. Then we're going to open straight as an arrow. Wow, I have so many boxes on my table. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Man, that one, it just looks so good. Optically, I'm a fan. And now we're going to take a look at the straight. So do not confuse skinny, straight as an arrow, and straight as being the same thing, which is kind of why I wanted to do the video, show you guys all the differences. So let's back these up just a touch so you can see them all. So this is our skinny, our straight as an arrow, and our straight. Again, you can see here that slight taper. This is a bit more exaggerated than the skinny taper, just because it's taller. You can see it. Let's go ahead and measure, and I will look and see exactly. Now, I don't have calipers with me, so it's not going to be an exact science, but you know, we can get pretty darn close. It is a 10-inch diameter on the top. Let's take a look at the bottom. It is a full inch difference. So this is a 9 inches on the bottom, 10 inches on the top. It doesn't look like a lot because the cup is so tall. You're looking at 9 1/4 over just over 8 1/4. So the diameter on your 20-ounce skinny, let's take a look, is going to be 9 1/4 on the top. I'm going to be super surprised if this is a full inch difference. It shouldn't be. 9 1/2. So this is a much so I'm sorry, 8 1/2. So this is 3/4 of an inch, I think. Let me double check. It's super early in the morning and I haven't finished my coffee. 9 1/4 over 8 1/2. So yeah, it's 3/4 of an inch. That's a pretty solid difference. Then we have our 20 or our 30-ounce straight. Here's your 30-ounce straights and your 24-ounce straight. You can see it's got that big taper. Both of them will fit in a regular cup cup holder. And then you have the 100% straight as an arrow. So my straight as an arrow, again, probably my fave. You can tell. Here's your 20-ounce straights and your 30-ounce straights. So, or skinnies, I'm sorry. So, by and large, I think these are probably my favorite. These are going to stay on the site. They're a little bit more expensive because they're more expensive to make, but they're astronomically easier to work with. So, again, we have, as far as straight or skinny tumblers go, we have 7 options for you. We have 20 and 30 straight as an arrow. We have 20-ounce skinnies, which are, you know, your generic skinnies, slight taper. We have your 24 and your 30-ounce straights. And then we have your 22-ounce fatty, which I am looking to rename. So there's your little explanation on the differences.